Hi, it's Frank Versace with Versace Real Estate, and today we have a market update with the latest stats from the Winnipeg real estate market. Stick around. All right, let's start off this market update with a bit of a recap year over year to see how we ended off in 2018. And then we'll kick into current year 2019. So let's do this recap here. We've got 2017 versus 2018. Let's take a look for units sold. That is the number of properties that sold the entire year 2017. We're going to compare that to what happened in 2018. So we've got kind of an apples to apples true comparison. So in 2017, we had 13,525 units sold, whereas 2018, we ended the year at 12,773 units sold. That put us down about 6% for the year, and that was fairly consistent if you've been paying attention to these market updates. Fairly consistent every month. It was 5, 6, 7%, catch up some months, back behind another couple of months, and so no surprise there, we're down. What about sales volume? Sales volume is if we add up all the homes that sold, the price of the homes, what was the total value of sales for the year? Well, in 2017 in Winnipeg, $3.9 billion worth of sales versus 2018, $3.7 billion worth of sales. So that's down about 4% for the year. Now, let's get to some good news. Let's jump into 2019 because I can tell you we're off to a bit of a good start, and this is going to be good news for buyers, for sellers. A lot of activity happening here. January 2019, we are up 11% right out of the gate. So that's putting a lot of smiles on some faces. Hopefully that's a good sign for the year to come. So let's take a look at some numbers. This year, 634 units sold in the month of January, whereas last January, 531 units sold. That's the number of properties sold. So we're up about 11% there. Now, what about for sales volume? Well, so far here, we've got $175 billion worth of volume sold in 2019 for January, whereas last January, $156 billion. So a nice little jump there. That equals to about 12%. 12% market is up. This is really good news. People should be happy about that. Now, what about, let's compare houses versus condos for what's going on here in January, because there are two distinct markets, and I do like to break them out for people. Depending on what you own, depending on what you're looking to buy, it makes sense to kind of look at the individual numbers. So let's start off with houses here. So we've got 2019, we sold 439 houses in the month of January 2019. Last January 2018, 383 homes. That's a nice bump there of 15% up for number of units sold for houses. That's great. We're seeing a lot more activity going on. Where we're seeing even better is the price. So we've got $134 billion worth of real estate sold here in 2019 in January. Last January, $113 billion. So we've got sales volume jumping up by 18% just in the month of January alone. So again, I always preface these videos with 1 month does not make a market. So let's pay attention and see what happens going forward. But this is a great start to the year. Condos, a little bit of a different story. So let's take a look here. So we've got 87 units sold in 2019 for January. Last January, 88 units. Pretty much on par, down about 1%. No big difference there, no big change, no panics. What the issue is that we're seeing that maybe will draw some attention and raise some eyebrows is the volume. So we had $17 billion worth of condos sold this January 2019, whereas last January $21 billion. So that's quite a difference in the price of condos. We're seeing that there's a 20% decline in the sales volume. So although the unit sales are staying about the same, the sales volume is a dramatic drop there of 20%. So again, let's pay attention to this as we move forward and track as we're going on and on month by month if that changes, if it balances out. But so far, we're off to a good start. Condo holders, you may want to just readjust and kind of set your expectations. If you want to get your unit sold, be one of these properties that's sold, make sure you're priced right out of the gate. Let's take a look at the speed of the market. A lot of people want to know, hey Frank, what is going on? How long is it going to take me to sell my home if I put it on the market? Well, citywide, we look at what's called DOM. The language of real estate, DOM, stands for days on market. That's the speed of how long it takes to sell a property. So what we've been seeing in months past is we see that the housing market is going faster, selling faster than the condo market, whereas for this December, we're seeing houses taking about 42 days to sell, condos taking about 43 days to sell. Condos taking 43 days to sell is about the same as what we've seen consistently throughout the year last year, so no surprise there. Houses just a little bit slower, and that's not a surprise because January is a bit of a, in terms of time to sell, is one of those months where sometimes it takes a little bit more longer to sell. But as we can see, unit sales just right up there. Sales volume just right up there. So again, this is one of the ones that we pay attention to, but certainly it dictates a little bit of strength or weakness in the market to come. Certainly as it takes longer to sell, then what happens is, sellers get a little bit more anxious of their property getting sold. Buyers get a little bit more aggressive in terms of throwing out offers that are, say aggressive in price. Now, speaking of offers aggressive in price, let's take a look at the market for above, at and below. So what we're talking about here is the price of the property being sold versus the price of the property being listed. So what is the percentage of homes that sell for over their list price? Well, we can see here above list price, 14% of all homes listed are getting more than they're asking for. So that's a great sign. Again, we've still got a good sector of the market that's getting more than they're asking for. What about at list? At list is where you put the home on the market and boom, you get right at your asking price. Well, that's 6% of the time that's happening. Here's where buyers like to see this number. 80% of the time, a home is being sold for below the list price. So 20% at or above, 80% below. So what does that mean? Again, it's one of those situations where you want to have a great realtor that's marketing your home really, really strongly, negotiating for you, and you want to make sure your home is staged well, shows well, great pictures, comes out of the gate, looking great. You wouldn't want to sell your car and have all these wrappers and stuff all over there. You're going to take it to the detailer, you're going to clean it all up, vacuum it, make sure it's really, really shiny. Same with your house. If you want to be one of these 20% at or above, you got to come out right out of the gate strong. So that's what's happening with offers. Let's take a look at some kind of unique numbers here. Let's look at average price for a house and average price for condos. So for the housing market, we can see the average price is $305,546. What about the average square footage for a house sold in Winnipeg? 1,316 square feet. So what does that give us? What does that tell us? Let's take a look at average price per square foot. So here we are, we take our 305, we divide it by our 1,316. Average price per square foot citywide Winnipeg, $232 per square foot. And I know some of you are going to start doing the math in your head. My house is this many square feet times 232. Is that what my house is worth? Maybe, maybe not. This is going to change depending on area, depending on condition, a whole host of factors. So if you're looking at trying to figure out the value of your house, we would love to help you do that. But here's just some rough guidelines based on overall market statistics. Same thing for condos. Average price for condos, $198,261. Average square footage, $937. Average price per square foot for a condo citywide, $211 per square foot. Again, you're doing the math in your mind if you own a condo. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not. Give us a call. We'd love to help you. Now, if you have anybody that you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, absolutely consider Versace Real Estate as an option. We'd love to earn your business. We'd love to come chat with you, sit down with you, talk about buying, talking about selling, talking about investing. We've got a number of programs that can help you in each one of those areas. And I invite you to reach back out to us, get a Versace Real Estate agent in your home, talking to you, helping you, guiding you, and walking you through the process to make sure that you can have the best decision that's going to be great for you and your family. So I hope this information has been helpful for you. And again, reach back out to us if we can help you in any way, or any of your referrals, anyone you know that's looking to buy, sell, or invest. We would love to be of service and help you. So for now, stay warm, stay positive, and make it a great day. Take care.